Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early October 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cappies. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for our Capricorn friends in early October? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work it can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cappies in early October. It's Libra season, beautiful time of the year. I mean, I think most times of the year are beautiful, but let's see. Especially love the fall time, at least where I'm at in the world. Okay, so I like this energy here because it does remind me of the Hierophant, and there's a lot of deep symbolism. Notice the person is blindfolded. We have all these different spiritual emblems happening here. So there's a subtlety to this energy as well. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So as I already pointed out, we see this individual there blindfolded and holding and looking through these different spiritual emblems. Now, for some reason, it does remind me of the Hierophant. So it could speak about spirituality in general. So some Cappies out there now could be a great time to really dive into your own spiritual practices if you have any. But if we're not talking anything spiritual when this card shows up, notice the person's blindfolded, so they're not looking at the material. This is like someone in the energetic realm for whatever reason. Now, energies come in all different shapes and sizes, and we're going to try to look at the different schematics as we move through the reading itself. But again, there could be subtle energies affecting you. You might be extra sensitive to energy as well. And I don't want to say worst case scenario, but with the blindfold, obviously that can really allude to some mystery or something you're not quite seeing. So we're definitely going to want to take a look at that. But now's a great time to really dive into any sort of spiritual workings or topics or education. So we're just going to leave it there for now. Let's dive into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card over here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies. See what's happening. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled They're Mad, and it did feel like somebody was a little bit grumpy. So hopefully you haven't been too grumpy. Maybe it was someone you're connected to, but it did feel a little aggressive, if I do say so myself. So we're going to hope that that energy lightens up this week. We're just going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else. Okay, so let's get it going. 3 cards to start us off for the beautiful Cappies here in early October. What's happening? What is happening? Thank you. Okay, Strength. Now, this card always piques my interest for a variety of different reasons, because this is also spiritual. It could speak about somebody's character, their demeanor. Let's get a couple more. Could be something you're refraining from, possibly, when that card is in the mix. Could be a lot of things. Okay, Eight of Pentacles, so the focus on the work. So interesting how we have like a spiritual energy and material world energy, which sometimes that could indicate a good balance coming in for you. But let's get one more. I mean, those could be big areas of focus. Let's get one more here for the Cappies. Okay, Hermit. So a withdrawn type of energy. Someone minding their own business, staying in their lane, or at the very least being quiet. Okay, so there's a lot of earth showing up here. And let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I was given a little commentary as the cards were popping out. Elementally, this should be a mixture that a lot of Capricorns could be comfortable in, with the double earth right here on the back end. Now, earth is slow and steady. It's dependable. I don't want to say it's predictable. It's just not out of hand. And then we have this fire right here on the front end with the big Leo energy. So we're going to have to see how it all plays, because although it's earth heavy, There's two big major arcana in the main row, which is powerful. Even if it doesn't seem like it, there could be something brewing. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, we are starting with the Strength card. Now, for a portion of you, you might be connected to Leo when this is here. You see that lion there. Now, I always say the Strength card to me is somebody's inner strength. It's not physical brawn. It's not someone's muscles. To me, this is someone on the inside. For a lot of Capricorns, there could be something you're either refraining from. There could be something that's going to test your character in one way or another. So certain situations you're going through right now, you might find a little trying when the Strength card is here. On the rougher side, I do say that this could be the test from the universe, the situations, the problematic things. It doesn't always have to be worst case scenario, but the Strength is going to check us on some things. For a lot of you, this could be a great card for self-improvement, finding improvements within yourself little by little. It's a marathon, not a sprint, when this card is in the mix. There's also a temptation here. Okay, so whenever we have the Strength card, specifically, if there's something or even somebody that you're trying to refrain from, whether it is a situation, whether it's a behavior, you could be tempted when this card is in the mix, or someone you're connected to. That's temptation to me. Moving to the center, we have a totally different flavor of energy showing up here. So yeah, maybe we're looking at different situations possibly. Hopefully nobody at work, or there's nothing in your career that's really trying your patience. But position number two, the Eight of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. Now we see this individual there just chiseling away, doing work, making those pentacles. So for a lot of Capricorns, I mean, you are an earth sign, right? Capricorns love that flow of material gain, okay? And that's not a bad thing. This is, if we're not focused on your career or business endeavors or things like that, this is a card of effort, hard work, dedication. So these are really important things specifically for people with strong Capricorn profiles, where it's like, okay, like I will get there. I'm going to keep working on this. This energy doesn't give up on something. So when we have the Strength card next to this, yeah, I could see something trying your patience a little bit. Now, the Eight of Pentacles, to me, in relationships, if we're not talking about work or career, this is someone that is, yeah, they're pouring energy into it. And I don't want to say the danger, but the issue with that is, like, sometimes this could be an imbalance of energy where somebody is doing a lot more than the other, where it's like all the work is coming from one side. So we're going to want to look at this further. A challenge with the Eight of Pentacles, again, it could be someone that just doesn't know how to give up, that just works really hard to the point of exhaustion. They just keep pouring into something, pouring into something, pouring into it. Okay, it's like a workaholic type of vibe. Moving to the back end, we have the Hermit. So whereas like we have the Strength, we have the effort, this energy right here is withdrawing, it's pulling back. This is Virgo energy. So for a portion of you, maybe you have Virgo placements, maybe you're connected to one. I feel like this is a good card. I mean, it's neutral because it does have similar ties to what we were seeing here in the beginning with the spirituality. The Hermit is a card of wisdom, of knowing, of doing soul searching. But at the same time, like I mentioned, this is withdrawing your energy. So for some Capricorns, there may be a temptation to pull your energy back. There could be a situation or something where you're like, okay, I'm not going to feed into that. This could also represent silence, communication issues when we have the Hermit. Worst case scenario, sometimes it could be someone that's feeling a little bit isolated or lonely. But the main thing I think of this is like withdrawing and putting the wall up. So this could also sometimes be a rejection of some sort. Whether it is a situation or an individual, we'll just have to see. But again, the Hermit could be very wise. If you have any decisions or situations you're going through, a slow, steady approach is the proper. That's how it feels to me. Like with the Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit, it's like, okay, well, pull your energy back a little bit and see how it goes. But I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for the Cappies. See what's happening. What is going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Strength. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cappy, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Strength card, what's happening? What is going on? Being particular, And for those of you that are new here, I only read jumpers. That's why I do these little shuffles. Usually they pop out real quick. Okay, I like this because this is a very adaptable energy I'm picking up here. We have the Two of Swords, and notice the little piece of symbolism that's on that Two of Swords right there, just like we saw right here. This is a card that is mysterious in nature. So when I see it in reverse, I feel a very adaptable type of energy. Maybe some of you out there, you don't give yourself enough credit for the strength that you actually do have, like how strong of an individual you are. Some of you definitely know it, but some of you might not. The Two of Swords in reverse is clarity to me. It's seeing things clearly. So when I see it under the Strength card, I don't see anyone pulling one over on you, but there is a lot of mysterious hidden type of energy within the spread as a whole from that first oracle. Now this, we also have the Hermit. So there is something like obscuring something, and we're going to want to look at it further. However, I do feel like for a lot of you, you might have aha moments in this time. Information could come to light with the Strength card and the Two of Swords in reverse, like revelations, realizations, things like that. Now, do I get an out-of-hand response from this? No, not quite. I feel like whatever comes to the surface, it's like I'm going to take it in stride. So just know in this time there could be surprising or unexpected situations or even problems. And we're going to see how it plays out throughout the rest of the reading. But to me, I feel an adaptability. So it doesn't feel to me that you're going to be stuck on this for a very long time. If there is a problem or a situation that pops up out of nowhere, I feel like you're going to just go with the flow, roll with the punches, so to speak. So we're just going to keep moving. Again, I don't feel like we need to get stuck here. So that does say something about you as a person, I think. So let's see what's going on with that Eight of Pentacles. What's happening? Thank you. Okay. So for some of the Capricorns out there, now I know Capricorn is not the type of individual that wastes their energy on things that aren't working. Okay, so when I see the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it could be two very simplistic messages. First and foremost, for a lot of you, there might be just something, no matter how hard you work at it or no matter how much energy you put into it, might feel like you're treading water. Like it's like, okay, well, it doesn't matter what I do, it's staying the same. So again, we have this possible problem that we're seeing here in the front end. Even though I feel you rolling with it, there might not be much you could really do about it. So whether it's a person or a situation in general, now for a portion of you, Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles in reverse, somebody is doing more than their fair share and somebody else is not doing enough. So whether this is in the career field or personal relationships, to me, it feels a little one-sided, if that makes sense. That's what I'm picking up here. So that's the main thing I'm picking up. Again, whether it's a situation or a problem where it's like, okay, it doesn't matter how much effort you put into this, it's just it is what it is. Like this is what it's going to be. I don't want to say it's a waste of your time, waste of your energy, but it's like it doesn't matter how much you do. It's just that's going to be what it is. Let's just keep moving forward. And again, for some of you, there's like the scale is off with effort. That's how it feels to me. So let's go in on the Hermit, and we'll do a quick little recap here and see what's going on. Notice now we're starting to get some themes. Aside from the mystery, we got double twos on the bottom, so watch for the repeating numbers in this time. Twos generally represent choices, decisions, partnerships, all that stuff. So let's go in on the Hermit. What's this energy pulling back? What is this energy pulling back? Thank you. Tower in reverse. Okay. So I saw this in one of the signs from yesterday. I think it was one of the air signs, and I do feel like that could really play a similar role in yours this week, because we have the Hermit, which is withdrawing, and we have the Tower in reverse. So either this is someone being very cautious because they're like, okay, well, I want to avoid a disaster, or I want to avoid the worst case scenario, so I'm pulling my energy back. So if you're dealing with someone that's like pulled their energy back very quickly, the reasoning for it is because they feel like they might have dealt with something similar in the past, and there is this energy of return. When we have the Hermit with the Tower in reverse, it's like, okay, well, something you may have already dealt with might revisit, it might return in a big way. So keep your eyes on that, especially with all the other stuff we have coming in, because it's like, yeah, this situation that you might have to revisit it, it might return, but it already is what it is. okay, especially with this Tower in reverse. Now, this is a card of Scorpio, the Tower. I like it because I have a Scorpio moon, of course, but whenever I see the Tower, I do think of shock, I think of upheaval, and in reverse, it could be something that's already happened. So again, either it's that avoidance type of energy, or again, something from the past might bubble back up, especially with the Hermit there. Okay, and some of you might want it to, some of you might not, right? Like with the avoidant energy I'm picking up as well. Okay, so I guess it all really depends on your situation. I mean, mileage may vary, I guess. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Lots of different little messages here. Only take what applies to you, my friends. Let's go through before the shadow. Position number 1, if you kindly look in the box, we have the Strength card with the 2 of Swords in reverse. Now, this did feel like a very adaptable energy to me, and I do think for a lot of you, whatever situations or problems that do pop up out of nowhere in the short-term future, you're going to be able to at least roll with the punches. I don't feel like it's going to fully stop you. I feel like it's something you could get through or get over at some point. Moving to the center, we have the 8 of Pentacles with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I had 2 main messages here, maybe even 3. Like, yeah, that could be issues with work and career. But I feel for a lot of you, there might be something, no matter how much you work at it or try to fine tune it or put effort into it, it's just going to be what it is. Like, there's not much you could really do about something. For another portion of you, there might be a certain situation where someone is pouring much more energy into something than others, where it's like, okay, the scales are a little off here. Someone's doing a whole lot, someone else isn't doing much. Moving to the back end, we have the Hermit with the Tower in reverse. Either this is a big avoidant type of energy I'm picking up here, or this could be something returning in a big way. So just keep your eyes open in this time. There could be various situations popping back up when this energy is in the mix. Now, it doesn't all feel bad to me, but it's just, it feels like it's set for some reason. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Capricorn, please? God, Spirit Team, what is happening? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. Let's get one. And yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. Put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, the Wheel. So this is a good one. This is one of the really good shadow cards in my opinion, because the Wheel of Fortune to me is a good luck charm. It is a card of change. Yes, it's also karmic and can speak of the cycles of life. So when we see things that could possibly reemerge in this time, that makes sense that we have the Tower. When we have this energy that things popping up out of nowhere, makes sense that we have the Tower as well. Not the Tower, the Wheel. But to me, this is Jupiter energy and it's very expansive. So regardless of the situations you're going through here, although certain things might be unchangeable, the show will go on, if that makes sense. Like, this energy does not stay stuck for long. Like, it keeps moving it forward and it expands things. So I do feel for a lot of you, luck could really be on your side. Maybe play the lottery real quick, because the Wheel could be like, okay, well, you've been through this and you've done this. Here you go. It's like a little favor from the universe. So this is a good shadow card to have. Very expansive. And it's also intriguing that in the shadows, the place of mystery, there's an expansive energy as well with all the little things we saw throughout the reading. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the October subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar for the month of October at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the October subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments, hypothetically, if you had to get a tattoo of a tarot card, which one would you choose and why? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you again soon.